Hello and welcome to more Hero Indian Women's League action, and we are at the first semi-final where the two southern heavyweights, Kickstart FC and Sethu Madurai, face off against each other for a place in the final. And Kickstart, of course, having gone past Hops in the quarters, a tough game which they had to win at injury time with a flick header from Kiyoko Elizabeth right at the end. This is the Kickstart FC lineup. Chauba Devi makes couple of changes to the 11 from the previous game as Oinam Babita gets a start and Kiyoko Elizabeth rewarded with a start for her goal in the quarterfinal. Sonia and Renuka has been left out. And it is a basic 4-4-2 tonight from Chauba Devi, and this is how the lineup looks like. 4 at the back with Pakpi, Linthoi Gambi, Dalima and Bunty Sharma, with from Kavya and Bibicha, the number 20 Babita in the lineup this time, and Asta Morao and Sarulimbu in the middle, and the number 10 Elizabeth is at the tip of the attack. The bench usually with good young players at the Transtadia. It is expected that both the head coaches will dig deep into the bench in looking to make things happen, and not about results. Sometimes it is great experience for these youngsters. And Joseph Nayak making 3 changes for this one. Arya, Kiran Pizda and Priyadarshini out, and in comes Gladys, Muskan and Sumati Kumari, and they have got one of the meanest defense in the league, conceded only 2 goals. A 4-1-4-1 system deployed, and it will be interesting to see. You're gonna have Kajol, you're gonna have Muskan behind her, and quite intriguing to see Priyanka Devi and Sumati with Dorcas Sikobe being at the back, and Anjila comes in goal. Apurna and Sumati will occupy those wings. Sunita Munda, Ifi Faith and Kiran Pizda are the options for Sethu Madurai tonight, and most of them will be looking to get few minutes in the semi-final. Sethu Madurai have tried to set the bar high this season for the girls in the team. The expectation is different. Had a month to prepare, and they knew how difficult it was for all the players. And the team is really young, and it is a huge challenge. And they look sharp and are very confident, and can see a lot of surprises tonight in their gameplay. And Kickstart are looking forward to this tournament and how it is going to shape them for their future endeavors. They aim to prepare these girls for the upcoming international matches. As every game that passes by, the players are gaining more game time, which is most important. And just in terms of the approach, the Kickstart FC can wait to watch. They usually like to let the game settle a bit before coming up with more attacking football. I think it would be more of the same here. Quite a few changes from Chauba Devi, bringing in the big guns. Elizabeth gets a starting pace of Renuka, and obviously that is for more mobility up top. And Kamlesh Saila is today's guest. He is the member of the Gujarat State Football Association, getting introduced to the players. As for Sethu Madurai, their approach to this game will be very interesting. Kickstart likes to keep the ball on the ground. They like to play football with some pattern and go forward like that with Elizabeth spearheaded. But Sethu Madurai and the direct style has also been very effective, especially if they can get Apurna and Priyanka on the ball. The two teams have different style of play. Will look to entertain the viewers today. Moreover, very little to choose between the two sides when it comes to attack. Both are very lethal. One side we have Limbu, other side we've got the likes of Kajol D'Souza, Apurna Narzari, and these combinations definitely bring out a cracker of a game over here. And the referee for the first semi-final is Furki Lamu Bhutia from Sikkim. She is going to be assisted by Chimchim Seto and Akanksha Soni. The fourth official is Rachana Kamani. And the referee assessor is Bentila Dicot. In the pre-match interview, Joseph Nayak mentioned the Sethu have signed some good attackers. A lot of options up front. The Indian contingents banging in goals. And Chauba Devi said that they have done the squad analysis and aware of the strength and weaknesses of the Sethu side. And this is going to be a clash where everybody is waiting, hoping it returns out to be something that we all love to see, that is goals in this match. The two skippers, Dalima Chibar and Angela Suba, one who's been in the situation before and the other going through a transformation phase, must be prepared to make a mark. A meeting this season already between these two sides in group games. It ended in a 0-0. Last season, however, Sethu defeated Kickstart. Kickstart had to wait till the injury and work very hard to reach the semi-finals. Sethu Madurai came up against East Bengal and quickly quelled the desire with a very professional performance. Difficult to predict this Sethu attack, very free-flowing. If you look at them, won 6 matches and a couple of draws, been very flawless. On the other side, Kickstart haven't been as smooth as their opponents tonight. They had a blip in their opener against Eastern Sporting Union. From there onwards, they fought back, and both are gonna offer two different style of game. Like Joseph Nayak mentioned, that he knows exactly the strong areas and limitations of Kickstart, and they will have to play through them. That is why few tactical altercations, and both are playing strategic football, good tactics. It's all about executing those drills from the whiteboard to the green grass. Wonderful battles as well of speed and crossing ability. Kajol D'Souza will be coming up against Dalima Chibar. Kavya coming up against Dorcas Sikobe. These are those individual battles that can go a long way in deciding the fate of these two teams over the course of the next 90 minutes. And if they cannot be separated, then penalty shootout. The referee blows the whistle and we are underway. And two teams which have been in this tournament in the past. Sethu Madurai, of course, are the former champions. And now for a place in the Hero Indian Women's League final. Sethu won the Hero Indian Women's League title in 2018-19 season. It came within touching distance of clinching the crown last season in Bhubaneswar, finishing a mere 3 points adrift of Gokulam Kerala. The Madurai side topped Group B this season with 5 wins and 2 draws, and a 9-0 thrashing of East Bengal in the quarter-final has given them another shot at becoming champions. And the head coach Joseph Nayak reflected on the previous meeting with Kickstart in the group stage and shared his expectations from the game. Mentioned that they are a good side with experienced players. So it won't be easy game at all, and they will fight to win and will play their brand of football to overcome their challenge. Chauba Devi won the state championship with Kripsa, gotten very closer a couple of seasons ago, lost to Gokulam in the final of the Hero Indian Women's League. That memory will be quite fresh in her mind. She will look to change that record altogether. And that's an early challenge on Kavya. She scored the opening goal for Kickstart in the quarter-final. It was a 2-1 victory for Kickstart against Hops. And Joseph Nayak, a very young and energetic coach. Also has got the experience of coaching a top side like Mohammedan Sporting in the Hero I League. Worked mostly under Joseph Javier, the Spanish tactician. And that was pretty close from Dalima Chibar. That wasn't too far away, just flashed wide for a goal kick. And Angela Suba, the Nepalese star, played a very instrumental role for her country during the SAF Championship last year. Mostly her performance against India. One of her highlight moments of her career. Even though they lost to Bangladesh in the final at the Dashrath Stadium in Nepal. And joined Sethu Madurai this season from the Nepal Armed Police Force, a side that competes in the Nepal Women's Football League. Her first time playing in a club outside Nepal. And if she manages to guide her team into the final of the Hero Indian Women's League, that is going to be quite a statement. And the players from Nepal have been doing exceedingly well in the Hero Indian Women's League. Savitra Bhandari is one of them, Saru Limbu the other, the number 8. Called into action early on. Angela Suba, Dorcas Sikobe, getting it clear, getting it away from goal as far as possible. Comes right back in towards Angela. She is very alert. And no such constructive moves from either of the sides in the first 4 odd minutes or so. Saru Limbu, she played up top alongside Bibicha Devi against Hops. In a deeper role for this particular encounter, partnering alongside Asthama Rao in the middle of the park. Bibicha and Kavya on the 2 wings. Here is Sumati, driven in behind, has gone behind Kajal D'Souza but has fallen kindly for Priyanka Devi. That was a weak left footer from the number 9, and no troubles whatsoever for Maibam Lintoi Gambi. And now then Priyanka Devi, grabbed by Sethu Madurai this season from Indian Arrows. She was the emerging player of the Hero Indian Women's League last season. 9 goals in 11 appearances for the Arrows side last year. She scored 4 goals against Mata Rukmani, contributing to her side's 8-0 victory. And that was one of the top-class performances of Priyanka Devi when it comes to the Hero Indian Women's League. Babita Oinam and Kiyoko Elizabeth are starting up top for Kickstart. It is a very basic 4-4-2. Pakpi Devi and Bunty Sharma, the 2 wing backs. Linthowe and Dalima Chiba at centre back. Saru Limbu, she scored a memorable goal against Sri Lanka last year during the SAF Championship. On to 6 goals in this edition of the Hero Indian Women's League. Bibicha as well. The likes of Saru Limbu, Bibicha, Kavya and Elizabeth have scored combined 23 goals out of their total 34. Have conceded only 3. Both the teams are quite strong at the back. A misjudgment here from Pakpi. And getting it behind the defenders, Sumati. One waiting in the middle, hoisted across the face of goal. And Apurna Narzari was arriving at the back post. Makes a proper contact, just couldn't guide it goalwards. The number 9 with the first chance of the game. Sumati with an inch perfect cross towards Apurna Narzari. And her header taking a deflection of a green shirt. The first proper scoring opportunity for Sethu Madurai. And now then Priyanka Devi. Can Sethu draw the first blood? It's towards the back post. Sikobe's header. Such a towering presence to the Kenyan inside the box. Look at that. Makes herself present. Out jumps her marker. Was aiming for the top corner and narrowly misses out. Here is Kiyoko. On to 6 goals. Sikobe just playing closer to the back four. And Joseph Naik with a 4-1-4-1 formation. Kajol D'Souza is the lone front runner. And the midfield four of Priyanka and Muskan in the middle. And both of them aided by Apurna Narzari and Sumati Kumari. And Dorcas Sikobe slightly behind the midfield four. Just in front of the back four, forming an extra protection. The midfield battle is going to be very tricky tonight here. The likes of Muskan Suba, Priyanka Devi up against Astama Rao and Saru Limbu. Muskan Suba, another player to join Sethu Madurai this season from the Arrows. Here is Bibicha. Kickstart, they finished third in the Hero Indian Women's League last year and are aiming to go higher in this campaign. They finished in second place in Group B behind Sethu and defeated Hops on Tuesday. Thanks to an injury time winner from Kenyan forward Kiyoko Elizabeth Katungwa. And Chauva Devi and her side are rearing to go for this one. They do not want to miss this golden opportunity. The girls are always well prepared to go all out. This is the kind of match the players have been waiting for, and now is the chance to prove their worth. And here they come, Kickstart. And Babita couldn't get past the challenge of Bunty Sharma. Muskan Suba carries the ball forward, breaks for Saru Limbu. Kickstart back in possession, spreading play. Bibicha cuts onto her left foot, looking to go on the outside. Dorcas Sikobe pressurizing her, and she wins it off her as well. The ball threaded forward. Dalima Chibar is behind it. Well marshalled by the number 17. The India international had a terrific season with Gokulam last year. Poor marking here from Sethu Madurai. And it seems like Elizabeth is the one who got the last touch. And it's Kickstart who takes the lead here. A very sloppy goal conceded by Sethu Madurai. And the Kenyan off the mark. Number 7 for Kiyoko Elizabeth. Goal number 30 for her in Sethu Madurai colours. In Kickstart colours rather. It's been her third season for the side from Bangalore. Awful defending there from Sethu Madurai. Nicely capitalized by Kiyoko Elizabeth. And a quick 1-0 lead. And looking to strike almost immediately. Sumati Kumari. Another cross. This time it stayed out for a goal kick. The previous cross delivered down the left hand side by Sumati. Finding the head of Apurna Narzari at the far post, but the youngster couldn't hit the target. Just blazed it over the top. A tactical tweak from Chauba Devi. Pakpi Devi has been deployed on the right hand side of defence, and Bunty Sharma playing on the left. Here is Apurna battling for the ball. Astamurao with an extended right foot of her, getting something on the ball and making it easy for her teammate to win possession almost immediately. It lasted only for the timing though. Maibam Linthoi Gambi. She won the Golden Glove twice in the Hero Indian Women's League, and Sikobe a long way from goal. Easy collection for Maibam Linthoi. And looking to get numbers forward. Dorcas Sikobe piling on the pressure here. Sethu Madurai. Can they find the equalizer? I was looking to fabricate that move into something meaningful. Kajol D'Souza was trying to galvanize something from that sort of a region. Went directly for goal. Sarulimbu almost falling into the path of Elizabeth. Living dangerously at the back. Kickstart. Just escaping Kajol D'Souza. She is the tournament's second highest goal scorer with 10 goals. A lot of difference though between her and the top goal scorer, Sabitra Bhandari, who will be in action later in the evening against Eastern Sporting Union. And the offside flag is up against Kajol. Having top forwards to score and stack goals are not enough for a team without a confident pair of gloves in the net. And two players who played an important role in this results are none other than the goalkeepers of both the clubs, Anjila and Maibam Linthoi Gambi. Anjila just conceding a very soft goal, just gone through her legs. Two fierce weapons leading the lines for Sethu Madurai in Kajol D'Souza and Apurna Narzari, who scored 7 goals in 7 matches. And Kajol has been proving her worth from the very first match for the club this season by scoring 4 goals out of the 6 they scored against Churchill Brothers, and continued her top-notch performance throughout, and 2 more games continuously by scoring 2 all-important braces for the club. And out of the 7 goals that Apurna has scored, 6 of them were in a single match, which was against East Bengal. And there's a free kick for Kickstart. The right full back Bunty Sharma over this free kick. She's got bodies to aim at in the centre. Just eluding all the green shirts, collected towards the left corner of the penalty area by Sarulimbu. Appeals of handball. The referee just waving away the protest. Furki Bhutia. She was quite close to the incident. Not a deliberate case of handball. Just hitting the arm of Sumati. She may not have intended that. The number 22 of Sethu Madurai. Pakpi Devi looking to do the damage. Kickstart Football Club for the second time in this game. That will make the comeback quite difficult for Sethu Madurai. Sikobe's clearance looking slightly nervous and slightly edgy at the back. Kajol with the chase. Linthoi Gambi with her defensive work. Sumati stays on her feet, finding Kajol. Outnumbered. An interesting run there. A push at the back. Decision going against the team in green. Looked like a clear push on Babita Oinam from the number 4, Gopadi. Maybe went down too easily. The Kickstarter kicked off their season with a 1-0 loss against Eastern Sporting Union. Then a 2-0 win against Odisha FC. Kickstarted the confidence boost in the team, and then later continued with their quality performance in the next match too, when they dominantly won against Churchill Brothers on a huge 10-0 margin. And then faced Lords FA's Kochi and won with a scoreline of 4-1. And then faced Celtic Queens in the next one and comfortably won 5-0. And also scored 9 past Central Reserve Police Force to end the group stage, followed by a 2-1 victory over Hops in the quarter-final. Too high for Elizabeth, almost giving away possession in a very dangerous area. Sumati Kumari. The women's game following a tumultuous history is spanning over 4 decades. Women's football in India has been on the rise over the past decade or so. In the 2018 season, the Indian women's football team reached the second round of the Asian Olympic qualifiers for Tokyo 2020 for the first time in its history. And India have already made the second round of the women's AFC Olympic qualifiers for Paris 2024, fortifying the belief that Indian women's football is on the right path. That was Kavya finding some joy down the left. Apurna Narzari getting stuck in. It's quite difficult to predict her lines of running. A very good runner off the ball. Doesn't have the physical strength, but a very matured player, known for her tactical intelligence, her technique and awareness. Almost an attacking all-rounder. A very versatile player. Can play in multiple offensive positions. Kavya now comes back in field, slightly over Sarulimbu towards Bibicha. Get up, says Bhutia immediately. Muskan Suba gathering pace. Sethu Madurai. The onus is on them because they are the side who are trailing here by a solitary goal. Still a performance for Manipur in the national games for Linthoi Gambi. With most number of saves last season as well in the Hero Indian Women's League. Continuing with her run, Elizabeth. She has got Priyanka Devi for company. And wins a corner kick, Elizabeth. Here is Angela, already beaten once. And looks slightly flabbergasted, the number 16. Bunty Sharma will look to unnerve Angela Suba between the sticks. Slightly hesitant, the goalkeeper. Heads it right up into the air, only as far as Asta Morao. Puts it back into the mix. A deflection of Sikobe. Slightly clumsy from Angela as well. A lack of communication at the back from Sethu Madurai. Let's have a look at the incident. There was a tiny deflection from Sikobe. Just had to palm it away, Angela. Back-to-back corners. For Kickstart. Bunty Sharma. In swing floater. That could have gotten in. Still lurking inside the box. Goes out for another corner. A surge after surge from set piece. A very feeble punch from Anjila Suba. Hitting a pink shirt. The ball almost came right back towards goal. Very fortunate that it didn't go in. Pakpi Devi's delivery. Talima's touch. A header from the number 9. It's still bobbling in the area. And just helped out by Gopadi. Living dangerously here, Sethu Madurai. Relentless pressure from Kickstart. And that was the incident. Saru Limbu with a towering header. It was colossal in the air. Cleared just off the line. Yet to breathe here, Sethu Madurai. A free kick from 20 yards out. Kavya will look to curl with her left foot. Usually a right footer. Can she produce the magic here? Kavya. Kavya goes low and hard. It might have taken a touch of Anjila, but the referee has awarded a goal kick to Sethu Madurai. A very cleverly taken free kick. Just swerving it round the wall, kept it low. It came through a forest of pink shirts. Never easy for a goalkeeper. Her vision was obstructed, but she managed to get down and cover the angle. Missing the target by a whisker, Kavya, on that occasion. Dalima Chiba, a leader at the back for Kickstart. Her experience in a big game like this counts. Gokulam Kerala and Eastern Sporting Union will be keeping a very close eye on this game. There she is, Dalima, with the most number of interceptions in the Hero Indian Women's League last season. A standout performer this year as well. Bibicha, almost a grass-cutting shot. Maybe caught up in two minds whether to go for the cross or a shot. In the end, just getting stuck in between two. Anjila puts it out of the danger zone. Saru Limbu holding off the challenge. Bibicha. Oinam Babita in front of her. Good work there from Gladys. India successfully hosting the Under-17 Women's World Cup. The last season also marked a crucial milestone for women's football in the country and serves as an inspiration for the next generation to carry the flag forward. A few of the players playing here have been a part of that Under-17 World Cup squad. Kajol D'Souza is one of them. She obtained a full scholarship at La Liga, a football school at Spain. Played for Maharashtra in the 64th and 65th national school games. Only 17 years old. Was in charge of Round Glass Punjab once. Joseph Nayak, the team which has lifted the Hero I-League title previous season and have qualified for the Hero ISL. The corner eventually landed on the roof of the net. Just kept the keeper guessing till the last minute. A whistle for the cooling break, and Kickstart will be happy to go into the break with a comfortable 1-0 lead. And this is the player with the goal, Kyoko Elizabeth. Her 31st strike in Kickstart colours. Her 7th of this campaign. Kyoko Elizabeth, her strike separating the two teams. This was an early mistake from Dalima Chiba. And Apurna Nursery should have scored from that sort of a distance. She was closing in, then Sikobe's header. Poor marking from the number 3. Clear a case of miscommunication between Anjila and Purnima Kumari, which was capitalized by Kyoko Elizabeth. And Dalima just helping it on towards Sarulimbu. And she almost burned a chance for a kickstart, but the defenders were very alert to their surroundings. No such saves to make for Maibam Linthoi Gambi. This is a Purna Nursery. 7 goals this season, 6 last year for the Arrows. Represented the India under 20 side. She hails from Kokrajhar, Assam, and idealizes Holichara Nursery of Hyderabad FC. She is very vocal, Dalima Chiba. Very loud and frequent words in the field of play and also in the dressing room. Tries to keep her teammates up on their toes. Looks to keep the side motivated. Still a long way to go in this game. Looking slightly off color, Anjila. So at the half an hour mark here at the Transstadia, it's Kickstart FC 1, Sethu Madurai 0. Kyoko Elizabeth and her strike is the difference maker between the two teams. When it comes to the women's football, India has barely ever been a part of the conversation, but that was until now. Indian football has had a spectacular 2019 and the women's have been an integral part of it. The growth has been seemingly unstoppable in the last few seasons, and it has only got better in 2020, a month and a half into the new year. We have seen the women attain some seemingly unattainable heights. To put it simply, the Indian women footballers have already been overshadowing the men in numerous ways. For a while it is a time that they are given due credit for what they have achieved so far. And now in Priyanka, Muskan Subba. Runs straight to the goalkeeper. Sikobe. A few important strikes this season in the Hero Indian Women's League, and this is one of them. Just outfoxing the number 4, Gopodi. That was a clever play from the Kenyan. Sarulimbu's cross is flat and low. Apurna Nursery could break for Sethu Madurai. Again a wasteful pass forward. touch is heavy from Bibicha. Luckily the rebound falls kindly for Babita. Looking for the run of Kavya. Narzari. Muskan Suba straight inside the box. The offside flag is up. Kajol D'Souza is more of an out-and-out striker. You want her to be inside the box, just in and around that 18-yard box, or probably on the edge of the 6-yard box, and that is where the striker can do its business. You do not want her to drop into midfield and help the team from behind. You want her to be inside the box to capitalize on the loose balls and weak clearances from the opposition. Bibicha down the line for Babita. Elizabeth is waiting in the middle. Joining in is Bunty Sharma. Purna Narzari. I tried to set up Muskan Suba, well read there by Pakpi. Elizabeth. Bibicha shaping up for a shot from distance. Just stayed out for a goal kick. In the land of Jigar Thanda, a native cool drink, and Mallipo, jasmine flowers, and the Meenakshi temple, the young girls of a football club established in Madurai, a harbour, World Cup dreams. It's been a meteoric rise for Sethu, which opened its door to women only in 2016 and made the IWL semi-finals just 2 years after that. And that was a tussle between Astha Morao and Muskan Suba. And Muskan Suba just winning the challenge illegally. Dalima preparing for this free kick. Goes low. She might have intended that for Astha Morao. Looking for the legs of the number 5. Too much pace on it. Sikobe. Kajol D'Souza. A tremendous display so far from Kickstart. Elizabeth keeps it in play. Sarulimbu was closing in. According to the norms of the Hindu Indian Women's League, 3 can be signed and 2 of the foreigners can start in the playing 11. In the month of May, that rise of Sethu Madurai culminated in a 3-1 win by a squad of women who hail from villages and towns across the length and breadth of the Tamil Nadu. A team from a state that has utterly dominated women's football in India, with 19 senior women's national football championship titles. That's a clever ball. A great release for Sumati. She's onto it in a flash. Quickly closed down by Bunty Sharma. Brings a corner for Sethu Madurai. Can this particular corner from Priyanka Devi result into a goal? Played very short. She's asking for support to arrive. It has arrived. Left full back going on the overlap. Sikobe. Dalima just reading it early. And against the odds, just running behind a ball in shots isn't an activity for girls. Once it was considered that way, and that is what girls were told when they started out. The stories all follow that template of worried parents know of few resources and antiquated societal norms. The ball sent in by Asta Morao. Dorcas Sikobe. Her physical presence ahead of the back four is making life very difficult for Kickstart. Almost getting a lucky goal within the first 12 minutes of the match. And that will go down as a defensive error. A clear lack of communication as well. Nicely cut out by Dalima. Sethu has cast its net across the state, with many of its players in the current junior and senior squads having come through hostels run by the Sports Development Authority of Tamil Nadu. The state government and the State Development Authority have schemes to support spokespersons and also set aside funds to make kits and equipments available to the players. That was a chance for Kickstart, but this time denied by Anjila. The cross was deflected in and almost conceding possession. Kajol D'Souza had a lot of pink shirts on for options onto her left hand side, just pulling the trigger. A regulation time of 5 minutes left in this half. Kickstart have scored 33 goals in 8 matches. Guess towards the byline is Sumati. A great defensive organization from Kickstart. 33 goals are scored in 9 matches for Kickstart. Almost 4 goals scored per game on average. And they've kept 5 clean sheets. If they manages to keep a clean sheet here, that is going to be quite a statement. Once they've made it this far in the tournament, the aim will be to play the final. Both the sides, of course. The flag will stay down. Picks out Kajol D'Souza. Rattles the woodwork. A chance on the follow-up as well for Sumati Kumari. Getting that completely wrong. That was the moment for Sethu Madurai. Slipping in Kajol D'Souza. Just rattling the woodwork. A very clever cutback from Apurna Narzari. Holding her run to avoid the marker, Kajol D'Souza. Yes, Chauba Devi of Kickstart Football Club. Can she make her second entry into the final of the Hero Indian Women's League? Joseph Naik, her first time in a stage like this, where a victory could get them into the final of the top flight football competition for women's in India. Yes, Sethu Madurai is looking for more academy tie-ups and ground tie-ups, and are looking to rope children in early so that they can have a dedicated career and skill development as they grow orders. The girls, most of them hailing from small towns, are faced with two immediate concerns: the risk of injury and the question of employment. Here is Sikobe, provides that balance and that stability in midfield. Quick feet from the Kenyan. Muskan Suba. Almost towards Apurna Nursery. Down on the floor, Sarulimbu. The referee plays the advantage for Sethu Madurai. Quick feet here from the number 10. It hits the base of the post. And now Priyanka Devi almost getting her placement right from distance. A couple of good chances for Sethu Madurai before heading into the break. Additional time of 5 minutes. Still a lot of time for Sethu Madurai to make a comeback here. Receiving it from Sikobe, 20 yards from goal, selling that dummy, creating that half a yard of space for herself, and immediately getting the shot away, creating some room. The number 10 hits the foot of the post. Joseph Naik will have to go back to the drawing board and try to figure out the combinations that can be applied in the second half, even though they're just growing into the game. Kavya, 3 pink shirts quickly upon her. Here's that lump upfield, and Dalima miscuing it completely. Kajol D'Souza, like any good striker, cuts to the chase quickly. And the conversation has turned to what bonds the young group of players at Sethu Madurai, the runners-up of the Hero IWL last year. They have a lot to prove. It creates a stronger bond, just fighting for the same thing, the same goals and the same opportunities for their future. Headed away by Dalima. Where a lot of other clubs have opted to sign big names, the Indian nationals, the veterans with experience and versatile foreigners. The Indian women's football's perennial club has opted for a change of style And they have focused on youth and many young Tigers from the current India under-20 side, a batch that played in the under-17 World Cup. Kajol has been part of the young core and has already scored 10 goals. 4 of them in the club's Hero Indian Women's League opener against Churchill, and where also she won the Hero of the Match award. She's happy to admit that she would like to score some more a fierce competitive spirit. Nobody, no doubt about her experience as a young girl playing football in Pune. Slightly 50-50. Purna Narzari winning it. Priyanka Devi steps in. And Narzari offering support. A nice hold-up play here from Sethu Madurai, looking to switch wings. Muskan Subba didn't carry to the player wide on the far right. There's going to be half-time whistle any moment. Sarulimbu calculating the yards and goes for goal. That's a spectacular strike from the number 8. And her calculation 100% perfect. The Nepalese international doubles the lead for Kickstart just at the stroke of half-time. Look at that, she was calculating the yards and she gets that absolutely spot on, the Nepalese. Anjila Subba beaten. That is the kind of an extraordinary effort required to beat a goalkeeper of Anjila Subba's stature, and Sarulimbu has done exactly that. Beating her Nepal teammate. And that's an astonishing strike from Sarulimbu. Everybody petered away, no one closing her down. The entire Sethu Madurai defense caught ball watching. And Kickstart, they head into the break with a very comfortable 2-0 lead, with strikes from Kiyoko Elizabeth and this player Sarulimbu doubling the lead and handing them the insurance goal. And Sethu Madurai disjointed and dejected as they go towards the dressing room. This is how this first semi-final of the Hero Indian Women's League kicked off at the Trans Stadia. It's been an eventful first 45 minutes. Sethu Madurai making an early start, couple of good chances before this happened. A poor defensive error that led to that goal scored by Kiyoko Elizabeth. And not having a good time under the bar, Anjila. Purna Narzari is cut back. This is the closest Sethu Madurai have got in the first half. Just rattling the crossbar. Priyanka Devi just from inside the D, hitting the basement of the post, and Sarulimbu making a statement just before going into the half-time break. Just stabs it into the back of the net. Used her outstep. Incredible technique from the Nepalese international. So at the break, it's Kickstart FC 2, Sethu Madurai 0. Welcome back. You are watching the Hero Indian Women's League 2022-23 live on the YouTube channel of the Indian football team from the Trans Stadia in Ahmedabad. 2-0 at the break. The first half saw a seesaw battle, and football is all about taking chances, and Kickstart, the team in green and white, have made it count in the first half. Chances at both the ends. Sethu Madurai started the better, but slow and steady wins the race, and that is what Kickstart have done. The number 11 Malvika comes on for Sethu Madurai. Straight away move made by Joseph Naik. Two teams that stand for energy and tactical innovation and youth development. An absolutely brilliant pitch. Both the teams going to dish out some quality football, good passing, good support, and both the coaches have really expressed the opponents are strong and they have to challenge this. It's gonna be important how they manage to break the defense and how they try to penetrate, but I'm sure we are going to have a wonderful second half. It's time for the second 45. Kickstart FC will be hoping this is not just one good game, but one good run at the title. Furki Bhutia. She is from West Sikkim. Checks her watch. And we are underway then with the second 45, and with that quest in mind, Kickstarter settled and confident. Their job is to make sure they see it off. Any result for a win from this scoreline, and will be disappointing. For Sethu Madurai, this is already disappointing. They can only make it better. And if you are a quick Kickstart fan, then there is a plenty of reason to smile about in the Manchester of India and beyond. Let's see with what strategy Joseph Naik will go in the second half. 45 defining minutes for all the players out there on the pitch. Sethu Madurai needs to do a whole lot more if they are to change the scoreline. They got to get momentum very soon. I wonder what Joseph Naik will have told his troops at half time to buck them up. The body language frustrated with themselves, annoyed with themselves. They need to show they don't resign this fight and they don't give up. We've seen big leads overhauled in the past as well in the Indian football scenario. And you may go on and predict the bigger leagues around the world, but never make a mistake of predicting the Hero Indian Women's League. It is as intense as always. Priyanka Devi with the first corner of the second half. Sethu Madurai looking to make it 2-1. Linthoi Gambi missed the flight of the ball, but there was a foul committed inside the box. Bailing out the number 1, just climbing over a green shirt, Linthoi Gambi. Gladys, the number 6, playing on the left, a full back's position for Sethu Madurai. Not been much impactful so far. Both the wing backs, in fact, Durga and Gladys, haven't seen them go up on the overlap. A lack of coordination between attack and defense. A lot of gap that has been created. The flag went up against Oinam Babita. Kickstarter has always been an incredible assortment of dedication and trustworthy people who have the zeal of hard working as a team. The reputation that have earned as a football academy is well deserved, as they have earned it after a lot of toils and grateful for the belief and confidence of the parents. Is Sumati looking to make it 2-1. Shouts of handball. There was a hint of handball. Furious with the decision, Joseph Naik. It clearly hit the hand of Bunty Sharma. She just took her hand away from the ball, and more of the ball hitting the arm than the arm hitting the ball. Priyanka causing a lot of issues with her corners in the second half. Almost sliced in. That was Dorcas Sikobe for the second time in this match. From a corner, she gotten up dangerously. Just couldn't hit the target. Once in the first half and the other early in the second. Kickstart looks to be on song this evening. All the 50-50 decisions going in their favor mostly. Looks like the stroke of luck lies with the team in green. They have managed to keep 6 clean sheets. Sethu Madurai during the group games. That defensive resilience has been broken in the first half. A double strike from Kickstart, who've managed to keep 5 clean sheets. Both the teams have got quality attackers in their ranks. Joseph Naik clearly looks very worried. The only way Sethu Madurai can make a statement or make a comeback in this game by scoring a quick goal. If they manages to make it a 2-1 at this point of time, the last half an hour are going to be very, very interesting. For that to happen, they need a goal within the first 15 minutes of the second half. That looks quite unlikely at this point of time. Kickstart have been free scoring in this tournament. So as Sethu Madurai, there is Malvika just inviting for the challenge. And Pakpi Devi just taking the bait. She just slowed it down a bit, expecting that challenge from Pakpi Devi. Looked slightly shaky, Malvika. Apurna Narzari, this time from the right hand side towards the far post. Tried to play it back into the danger zone. Gone out of play. Nicely delivered by Apurna Narzari. Linthoi Gambi at full stretch. Got a fingertips on that. Just pushing it away. Kavya, she can also be very handful for the defenders to deal with. Ivy Faith is on the bench for Sethu Madurai, another player from Kenya. Most of the players that have, especially the foreign contingents that have played in the Hero Indian Women's League this season, have been from the West African region. Players from Ghana, Kenya mostly. We've had one from South America as well, in Cynthia dos Santos. Played for Odisha FC. The shot was dipping. First, lands onto the roof of the net. That was Priyanka Devi with the attempt. Getting her laces through it. Slightly swerving and dipping. Just a bit too much elevation on the shot. Rolls it down the line. Looking to flick it round the corner. Was the number 5 Asta Morao, who captained the India sub-junior side. A collective performance from Kickstart. Over reliance on Kajol D'Souza from Sethu Madurai. She's been heavily marked in this game. Another good work here from Kickstart. That came in quite sharply towards Kiyoko Elizabeth. Look how deep Kajol is dropping to fetch the ball. Looking to play that 1-2 with Sikobe. With a snap shot. Whistles away for a goal kick. There was a challenge applied on her from behind. Losing out, just dispossessed her non-kicking foot. In the end, couldn't keep the shot on target. Trudging up to take the throw in, Durga. Purnima Kumari. Picked up easily by a green shirt. Can they trigger a quick move here? Kickstart. That's a foul. A free kick for the team in pink. There it is. Babita Oinam was looking to get the return of Gladys. Not allowed by Furki Bhutia. Ball comes into a Sikobe, surrounded by 3 green and white shirts. Looking to regroup. That is quite clumsy from Sethu Madurai. Inviting the pressure time and again. Those back passes aren't quite meeting their mark, reaching the intended targets. Elizabeth received a knock here on her tummy. Only 2 goals so far in this game. This is how it all started. Elizabeth sneaking in and managing to get it between the legs of Angela. And Sarulimbu with a phenomenal strike from 25 yards out. Kickstart will look to go into the final with this scoreline here at the Transtadia. Another massive encounter coming up. The second semi-final between the Imphal-based Eastern Sporting Union and the double defending champions Gokulam Kerala. That is slated for an 8:30 p.m. kickoff. Do not forget to tune in. Elizabeth will look to get things going here. Kickstart. Priyanka with a clever turn. Sikobe. And that's a fine ball and a good run from Malvika. Cut back towards Kajol D'Souza. Just gone towards the far post. No one able to apply the touch. That could have been 2-1 for Sethu Madurai. Just needed a telling touch. A couple of pink shirts involved. None of them managing to get a touch. Sonia Marak will be thrown on by Chauba Devi. She is replacing Kavya. Got to be careful. Kickstart. Sethu Madurai just looking dangerous in patches. They got to continue playing this brand of football. A lot of defending to do for Sikobe. Interception from Kumari. Malvika rise the challenge. A first time pass. A chase on from Apurna Narzari. Linthoi Gambi covering good ground. Was covering the run of Apurna Narzari as well. Getting under Malvika. She is on the ball. Quickly closed down by Pakpi. At the hour mark here, it's Kickstart FC 2, Sethu Madurai 0. You are watching the first semi-final of the Hero Indian Women's League, live on the YouTube channel of the Indian football team. Day after tomorrow is the final. That is a 6 p.m. kickoff at the Trans Stadia. Kickstart, the club based in Bangalore, wants to give an opportunity to the underprivileged and experience and discover the spirit of brotherhood, outlook and desire to dream big. The endeavor to promote football at all levels, school, colleges and corporates in the society and put India on the world footballing map is what the club dreams of achieving in the coming years. Meanwhile, the immediate assignment will be to get a shot at the final. It will be their first ever entry into the final if this ends this way. Sonia just straight away running into Sikobe. In the end, the number 22 came off worse, and Dorcas Sikobe has been booked for that obstruction. Sonia Marak, in a lot of anguish and in pain. Kajol D'Souza, haven't seen much of her. Yet to produce the magic up top. A part of that young core. It's been a hurdle for Kajol D'Souza, as there are no women-only academies or coaching centers in Pune, and that is where she comes from. And she grew up playing small-sided games with the boys. Tried to gauge that delivery. Elizabeth from Dalimachibar. Talking about Kajol D'Souza, the small side games helped her to improve her technique. Had to react quicker and learn to get out of tough situations by thinking out of the way and control the ball better. And playing with boys taught her how to overcome the physical disadvantages by using her brain. And now she's playing the top level of the women's football in India, and all those early life lessons have combined to give her an edge, having only ever played with women who were her peers in age as well as nationality. The Hero Indian Women's League has opened a new door, a new challenge, and a new way to look at the game. There is a completely different challenge though to play for a club. There is a different kind of pressure when you are playing day in and day out. You are competing against others for a spot and essentially for a job. Just try to test oneself as well, learn from the foreign players and the senior players. It's a real shift. Who hasn't had much of that valuable experience. Another attempted shot from distance this time. It takes a deflection, takes the sting out of the ball. And Anjila Suba could be blamed for the first goal, but she had no answers to the second. And that's a much better route to go out wide. Sonia's cross. That was a dangerous looking ball in. Sonia Marok just realizing that the ball could stay in, and then deciding to make her run. And the number 26 also followed her, Durga. And no joy so far in terms of going forward in this game from Sethu Madurai, apart from the first 10 minutes where they looked really positive. Now Elizabeth pulling the trigger. The ball goes just skimming wide. Now there she is. Almost stolen the ball away from Malvika. Oh, beating three players. They're looking to thread that ball through for Kajol. Dalima is there. Hasn't put a foot wrong so far in this competition. The senior India defender. And Dorcas Sikobe, known for her teamwork, her stamina, and her tremendous defensive work rate. When it comes to Kajol D'Souza, she describes herself as a space interpreter, known for finding spaces in the opposition's defense. And that quite hasn't happened this evening. Cross comes in from Durga. And out it goes via Bunty Sharma's header. Bibicha, her first touch takes her away from her marker. Hugging the touchline wide on the right. A chase on from the Kenyan. Well covered. Back to Anjila. Looks much more relaxed here, Kickstart. Getting a couple of changes ready. Maybe the head coach Chauba Devi could opt for replacing Kiyoko Elizabeth and save her for the final. There's the flick on. The chance opens up almost for Kajol D'Souza. Blocked off by the Kickstart defense. Gladys halfway inside the Kickstart half. The first attempt was misfit. getting it right in the second attempt. And out of Bibicha's reach, helped out by Sarulimbu. That's disappointing. Looking to get in between the two defenders. A brave defending though from Gopodi. Just calculating the ball bounce well enough. Almost pulled it away from the grasp of dangerous looking Elizabeth. And now Priyanka hustled off the ball. The number 22 away from the first challenge. Couldn't ride the second. Kickstart FC holding tight at the back. Making those late runs inside the box. Trying to take the Kickstart FC defense by surprise. Making that late decision. Just keeps that Kickstart defense second guessing. Purna Narzari. That's a fine ball forward. Just taken away from the feet of Sumati by Maibam Linthoi. Good goalkeeping from the number 1. Sonia Morak needs a treatment. And that's that for Kiyoko Elizabeth. She will be replaced by the Nepalese midfielder Renuka Nagarkote. Sonia Marak is off as well. Elizabeth, she has done her job. She opened the scoreline early in the first half, setting the tone of this game. Shushmita Lepcha. Also come on in place of Sonia. And Nera there from Linthoi, just committing herself fraction too early. Give it to Sushmita Lepcha. She's got Bibicha to aim at. Picks her out. There she is, Shushmita Lepcha, coming in place of Sonia Marak. Gathering pace, Sumati. Sumati gets ahead of a marker. And almost to the number 1 for Sethu Madurai. So close, the number 22. She's been the live wire for Sethu Madurai in this game. Left a player in green down on the deck. A great acceleration from Sumati. Just making that run in from behind. Barging inside the box. Managing to get the shot on. And narrowly misses out. So unlucky. And so furious Chauba Devi on the technical area. She is absolutely furious with one of her defenders. Had that gone in from Sumati, could well have been a different story altogether. The last quarter of the game especially. She was in on goal, Sumati. A positive play from Sethu Madurai. After all the disappointments, that could have been a lifeline. This was their chances created by Sethu Madurai in the second half. None of them were on target. This was beautifully swung in by Kajol D'Souza. Kiyoko taken a shy at goal as well. This was the best among the lot. The best chance of the second half. Kajol D'Souza, she just breaks into the Indian team and with the Hero Indian Women's League side, and it has prompted a lot of queries from friends and followers in Pune asking for information on where girls can train in the city. When she was growing up, there weren't many players to look up to, but now happy to help more girls play the game from there. A lot of people get in touch and hope to help them and help the youngsters interested also in whatever way she can. That is quite the motto from the Football Federation as well. Possession lost. Apurna Narzari. Ball delivered into the penalty area. Dalima Chiba was first to it. It's re-delivered once more. Could break for Sumati. Now Priyanka stepping in. Snapping into the heels of the number 10 is Renuka. Doesn't look to be in a lot of hurry. Kickstart FC heavily relaxed. Just a percentage football. It's all about game management at the last quarter. That's what all big teams do. They just got to see it off and make sure they do not concede. Can't afford to allow any kind of opportunity to Sethu Madurai to fight back into this game. Saru Limbu's cross. It was collected from outside by Angela. This could well be the end of the story for the Nepalese skipper and her side. Sethu Madurai, last season's runners-up, and Kiran Pisda replacing Kajol D'Souza, the side's top goal scorer, the Hero Indian Women's League's the second highest goal scorer. This is how she could have gotten on the score sheet. Hitting the crossbar, just getting on the end of Apurna Narzari's cutback. The number 9 can also play up top as a centre forward, and with Kiran Pisda coming in, she will occupy space in midfield, which means Apurna Narzari will push up top into the space vacated by Kajol D'Souza's departure. We'll see Apurna Narzari play as an out-and-out striker at the last 13 minutes. And adding another extra player in midfield, Joseph Nayak. Still about 12 minutes remaining. Apurna Narzari with a flick on. Now Priyanka. Malvika's cross. No pink shirt on the end of it. A comfortable clearance for the Kickstart FC defense. The ball didn't reach Sikobe. Purnima Kumari finds the gap. Malvika. A slip through for Sikobe. Lost control of the ball. Sarulimbu. Sushmita Lepcha. Fantastic during the Karnataka Women's League as well. Sushmita Lepcha for Kickstart. And nodding it down. Apurna Narzari meanwhile for Priyanka Devi. Checks back onto her right foot. Finds Kiran Pisda. Waiting for the return. The ball just evading the number 10. Kiran stepping in. Purnima Kumari. Naurem Priyanka. The player coming in tight onto the number 10. Asthamurao pushing forward. Ashu wins the ball. Great press. A nice press applied by Chauba Devi. Sushmita Lepcha. That should bring a card without a shadow of a doubt. There was no cover behind. A very hefty challenge from Durga. Easy decision to make for the referee. Last 10 minutes then for Kickstart to book their place into the final of the Hero Indian Women's League. It will be their first entry in the history of the club. A chance for the side from Bangalore to etch their name in the history books and add a new chapter in the Indian women's football story. Can they make it though? Kickstart FC will look to extend their lead from this free kick. And Dalima Chiba, known for her crossing ability, known for her passing range. She is technically equipped to play all variation of passes, which ensures her excellence while supplying of deliveries, which is why she is over this free kick. Angela comes out. Sikobe's header. On to the number 7, Renuka. Asthamurao stepping up. Apurna Narzari with a long chase. Dalima Chiba doing her defensive work. Nicely cut out by the number 17. Rock solid at the back. Dalima Chiba and Linthoi Gambi. And that's a clear push as well from Apurna Narzari on Linthoi Gambi. A clear push. A lot of positives to take from this campaign for Sethu Madurai. And they got to take this defeat in a positive way. Bibicha Devi going off, and in comes Shubhangi Singh, and Bunty Sharma also makes way for Sarita Yumnam. Chauba Devi just testing her players, giving them a game time so that they stays match fit. A big final ahead of them. With games coming thick and fast Not much time for damage control. Malvika is 3 against 2. Apurna Narzari on the turn. She should have slipped in Sumati. That could have been the most safest option because Sumati was in a better position. A mistake at the back from Kickstart, but Apurna Narzari deciding to go all by herself. For her first touch, making the angle slightly difficult for the player from Kokrajhar, Assam. A variation in the corner. That looked quite threatening from Naurem Priyanka Devi. They can hold their heads high. It's just that Kickstart they have made a 50% chances count in this game. And that has been the difference between the two teams. In a game like this, you can't afford to waste too many clear-cut scoring opportunities. Sethu Madurai have got themselves to blame. Gokulam Kerala must be watching this game from the stands. They play next against Eastern Sporting Union. Another cracker of a contest awaits us. Here is Lepcha. A shadow marking from Purnima Kumari on Oinam Babita. She's got a goal as well. Purnima Kumari, the centre back. She scored against CRPF during the group games, and it was a 5-0 victory. Sethu Madurai's highest margin victory came against East Bengal in the quarter-final, and that was a 9-0 win. Apurna Narzari scoring a double hat-trick, firing on all cylinders against the Red and Gold Brigade. Going through a barren run over the course of this 86.5 odd minutes. And not much time remaining in this game. The last few minutes or so, Sethu Madurai doing the bulk of the attacking. Sumati. She's been the only bright spot for Sethu Madurai tonight. Sethu Madurai have got another India international on the bench in Naketa, who was pretty solid during the SAF Under-18 Championship in Jamshedpur last year. The success of women's football in India never received a bigger priority as it is enjoying at the moment, with the All India Football Federation planning to give maximum international exposures to help the women footballers gain good competitive experience. And Priya Darshani has been thrown into the mix by Joseph Nayak, another goal scoring option. And the focus is now on Tamil Nadu, as the state has a rich history of contributing outstanding players to the national team. And apart from Dalima Chiba, Linthoi Gambi had a brilliant game alongside her. Played with a lot of confidence. And as the tournament progressed, Linthoi Gambi looked very, very competitive at the back, and a solid display tonight as well. Here is Gambi, and not taking any risk. That has been the hallmark of her gameplay. A safety first approach. She doesn't like to spend much time on the ball, and always in an attempt to release it first time. Gets her positioning right every time. Very cool and calm and supremely composed. Low center of gravity. Are very quick in terms of decision making. Also takes a fair share of responsibility off Dalima Chibar's shoulders. Her inclusion has really blustered Kickstart's defense line. Here is Lepcha, quickly challenged, but she comes out strong in the challenge, and almost spotting Babita between the two centre backs. The flag went up. Talking about Tamil Nadu and their growing interest in the sport. When it comes to women's football, Chennai hosted the 3 women's nation camp for the senior under 20 and the under 17 teams that played a series of friendlies and participated in different continental competitions in a packed calendar. And Tamil Nadu have been doing well in women's football. This is also a progress to encourage the local community to be part of the football development process. Bringing the national camp to the region also encouraged the local body to regularize their functioning. Adding that the Tamil Nadu Football Association has been asked to hold elections by March for a new committee to take over its administration. Tamil Nadu used to be one of the most active states in the country that would contribute top class footballers a few decades ago. Going by the rich legacy of the state, we are bound to help it relieve its prominent status in the country's football scenario. Gladys has been taken out for treatment. Back-to-back clean sheets for Linthoi Gambi. It's gonna be 4 in a row. 0-0 against Sethu Madurai during the group games, and then a 0-0 against Odisha FC in the last group game. A 9-0 victory against East Bengal. It's gonna be in fact 6 clean sheets in a row for Linthoi Gambi. Incredible achievement. And she might be heading towards another Golden Gloves. Seven clean sheets in total for Linthoi Gambi, if they manages to hold on just about the last few minutes of this game. Priyanka Malvika racing onto the ball, getting involved in a foot race with the number 55, winning the race as well, but the cutback easily defended. Shushmita Lepcha, it's 2-on-2, asking for the return, and gets it as well. And the flag going up against the number 15. A quick exchange between those two, Shushmita Lepcha and Babita. Just the last 5 minutes. It's gonna be another feather in the cap of Kickstart. Incredible success in a short span of time. Being among the top two teams in the Hero Indian Women's League is never easy. 16 teams participated this season. Just to remind our viewers. All those hard works week after week, day after day in training, put out by these players, bearing fruit. It's been a campaign for Kickstart made of a tactical togetherness. And looks towards Malvika and finds her, runs ahead of her marker. Will there be a twist in the tail? Sikobe towards the onrushing Priyanka Devi. Just stayed wide. What a chance for Sethu Madurai in the dying stages of the match. Plenty of missed opportunities for the team from Tamil Nadu. A couple of minutes remaining. Sarulimbu. Got to put this one straight into the box. Just passing it among themselves. Time ticking away for Sethu Madurai. Just a minute and a half remaining. Going by their body language, it looks like they have accepted defeat. This match off their grip already. Purna Nursery tussling for the ball. Can they pull one back here? Not quite. Defending with grit and determination. A shot comes in. Stays out. Goal kick for Linthoi. Kickstart can certainly take their time. Slightly limping here, Dalima Chibber. Just about less than 10 seconds. Kickstart can smell victory here. Away from Dalima. Sarulimbu. Up towards Shushmita Lepcha. She brings it down but only helps Sikobe instead. Then eventually that flick pass falling short of Limbu. Just keeping the ball and playing it among themselves. Dalima wins the header. Will be final whistle any moment. Oh, that's it. Kickstart FC qualifies for the final of the Hero Indian Women's League 2022-23. And for the first time in their history, a team from Bangalore have managed to qualify for the final of Indian women's football's top flight. A hiss, a shiver of expectation in the torchlight of the torchbearers. A rivalry that dictates the drama of Indian women's football. Good scenes here. A big win for Kickstart. And who could have written this script better than Kyoko Elizabeth and their Nepalese importer Sadhu Limbu. Joseph Naik on the flip side has realized it has dawned on him and that it is never easy. And Kickstart FC will hope that this is not a false dawn. And finally Kickstart, who have never made it past the semi-final, are now into the final of the Hero Indian Women's League. They did enough grit, determination, and they stood tall when they were tested. And this is the summary of this game. Sethu Madurai started the better. Lapses in defense made them pay for it. Elizabeth Kyoko with the first goal. They've been troubled time and again from set pieces. Apurna Narzari and Kajol D'Souza almost combining. But couldn't find the equalizer. Sethu Madurai, Priyanka also hitting the upright. Sadhu Limbu getting in the insurance goal just at the brink of half time. And finally Sethu Kickstart FC scripting a famous victory here at the Transstadia. The hard work has finally paid off. Looked quite impressive going forward. Sethu Madurai in the second half time and again. Just that elusive touch went on missing in front of goal. No such scoring opportunities for Kickstart on the other side in the second half, pardon me. This time it was Sumati not managing to find the bottom corner. Apurna Narzari took it on the turn. Sikobe had a chance as well to set up Naurem Priyanka, but her attempt stayed wide as well. And today's hero of the match is Linthoi Gambi, and is awarded the trophy by Arjun Singh Rajput, Dhandak Ahmedabad Municipality Corporation, and also Vice President of the Gujarat State Football Association. And he will hand a check of 15,000 rupees to Linthoi Gambi. So at full time it's Kickstart FC 2, Sethu Madurai FC. Kickstart into the final of the Hero Indian Women's League.